Hey everyone, it's Dara. So many of you have been asking me, Dara, I want to write, but I don't know how to begin. You wrote all these books. How did you do it? How do I get started? So I'm here to help you with that. So I wrote two questions on my whiteboard and we're going to answer them right now. The first one is, where do I begin? And the second one is, what do I want to write about? Okay, so there's no set order to answer these questions. Okay, some of you might go right to question two because maybe you already know what you want to write about, or you want to know how to begin. Okay, the most important thing I want everyone to think about is, why do you want to write? What is your why? Okay, and the reason why, these are my markers. The reason why this question is so very important is because without the why, it would be very difficult to begin this process. So why do you want to write? Are you inspired by things that you read? For example, are you a reader of novels? Do you like reading newspapers? Do you like reading online blogs? Are you an educator like myself and like to write educational books, for example? So that's the first thing you want to think about, is your why. Why do you want to write? Is this just for personal fulfillment? Maybe you just want to write for you. You may not want to share it with the world, okay? And once you answer that question, this is where you can start to answer these questions. So where do you begin? Okay. The biggest thing I would say to anyone is to take out a piece of paper. You can use a notepad or anything you want. See, I already have my little squiggle here. You will have a lot of these, okay? Take a pen, and you want to just start writing down your ideas. You don't have to write full sentences. They can be in words, pictures, whatever is comfortable for you. But just start writing down some things that comes to your mind. And once you do that, then you can start to organize those thoughts. For example, you love flowers. You love sunflowers, roses, carnelians. Write that down. And then you can say, why do you love flowers? Write that down. And once you have this on paper, then you can start with, what do I want to write about? Now, here's the good news. You already know that you want to write something, right? You love flowers. So this answers this question. Where do you begin? By writing it down, okay? And there's no fancy way in doing this, friends. When I started writing Life's Reflected Twist, which is my first book, I really didn't know how to start. And this is where it all started. A simple notebook and some ideas. This is my story in the flesh. I had all these journal entries from the past. I had little sticky notes and post-it notes. I had notebooks. I had scrap paper. When I tell you it was chaotic, it was chaotic. But what I've learned is that once you write something on paper, that's how the process begins. Now, once you have this written down, you know what you want to write about, you already started the process, then the next question I want you to ask yourself is, do you want to write a story about flowers? Do you want to talk about a personal experience about flowers? For example, maybe every birthday your mother gave you flowers. Maybe you want to talk about that. Or maybe you was in a relationship and someone bought you your first bouquet of roses and it made you very happy. So you want to start building. Okay, we call that building. You're taking your ideas and you're starting to build. And this doesn't mean paragraphs and long pieces of writing. You're just getting your ideas on paper. And that's really the start to writing, is when you have an idea what you want to talk about, and you just put it on paper, okay? I've seen some people write full sentences and paragraphs. Others, like myself, just write maybe words or maybe a half a sentence. It's really up to you. Because what's going to happen is once you put all of that together, then you can start with your outline and how you're going to put this writing together. Writing is a wonderful skill, but not everyone is good at it, and that's perfectly fine. You can literally write down everything that you want to write down and realize that you don't like what you wrote. Maybe you're not sure how to go about the formatting and revising. And again, that will come later. It's not supposed to look beautiful. It is not supposed to be formatted. It's going to look sloppy. It's going to look messy. You might even get confused. But I promise you, once everything is out, then you can start your building process. And once you get to that point, things will start to flow. And I will help you with that. Thank you so much for listening today. I hope this helps you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I would be happy to answer your questions. And I'll see you in the next writing lesson. Thank you so much. And continue to try your best.